everyone, welcome to another episode of High Stakes with Steve Rozenberg. And this is where we want to talk about real life, real business, and more importantly, real situations. Look, I know firsthand, and I want to talk about something that a lot of people don't like to talk about because they all get imposter syndrome, right? Whenever you're starting a business and you're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it, and you start having these big conversations. Maybe you meet a bigger business or a big contractor, and you're kind of like, man, these people are going to see right through me. And so what happens is we're not really sure what we're doing and what we're not doing, and we're in this point of, do I believe? Do I have faith in what I'm trying to do to build my business and where I want to go? And let's face it, a lot of times it's really blind faith because there's no rule book, there's no manual, there's nothing, right? We just have to go off of what we know. And you always get people that will tell you, you know what? You can't do that. That's a stupid idea, right? I always think it's interesting. As a little kid, when you're growing up, we're told most of the time, we can do whatever we want to do, right? You want to be an astronaut? You can be an astronaut. You want to be an Olympic athlete? You can be an Olympic athlete if you try hard. You want to be a president? Well, maybe not president anymore, but I still think it's a great position to give back to our country. I don't know if all the ridicule and everything is worth it, in my opinion. But anyways, you're always told you can do whatever you want to do, right? Now, what happens at some point in our lives when that changes? Meaning, when I tell people, I'm going to start a business, right? I'm going to start a business. What's the first thing that people tell you? Why do you want to start a business? Why do you want to deal with employees? Why do you want to deal with the headaches? Why? My question is what happened to me being able to do whatever I want to do? Me being able to be as successful as I want to be? Where did that go? Why can I not do that? When did that change, right? Oh, that's just because you were a little kid. Well, why can't you have dreams as a little kid that you can turn into, manifest into reality? Whenever somebody says you can't do something, I just got to say, I fucking hate that. I hate when someone says you can't do something. Do you know how many times growing up as a little kid, people told me, you know what, Steve, you can't play football. You know what, Steve, you can't do bodybuilding. You know what, Steve, you can't be a pilot at 21 years old. You can't get hired with a major airline so young. Get hired with a major airline. Steve, you can't fly international wide-body aircraft at such a young age. I did that. 9/11 hit, right? I had to figure out something else. And I started going to real estate. And that's when I had everyone telling me that I couldn't do real estate. You can't do that. You can't do that and be a pilot, Steve. Like, come on, that's stupid. Then I started doing real estate, and then it started working, and then we built a business, property management company. Then I had many people tell me, you can't build a property management company and own real estate and do a business. I did those things. And so I realized that when somebody is telling me that they can't do something, right? You can't do it. You can't do this, you can't do that. Let's think about that. What are they really saying? What they're saying is they can't do it. That's something that they are not willing to do. So what I would like to say to the people that have all told me you can't do it, I love shoving it down their effing throats to show them that I did it. I am tired of people telling me what I can't do. First of all, why don't you worry about yourself? Number one, I wasn't asking your opinion. Let's just get that out of the gate. I was trying to share what I'm trying to do, hoping that there's some encouragement because maybe I had imposter syndrome and I wasn't sure. And I was just hoping that somebody could give me some positive affirmation, some positive guidance. But instead, you take that, many people take that, and it's a self-reflection on them and what their limitations are and what they can't do. So instead of them saying, you know what, Steve, get on with yourself. You know what, if you do that, rock on, man, you're awesome. Instead of saying that, what do? They tell you all the reasons something won't work. When I got into real estate, I had so many people tell me all the problems that I was gonna have in real estate. You're gonna have tenants calling you at 2 a.m. You're gonna have to unplug toilets. You're gonna have to learn how to lay tile. Well, I've been doing this since 2001, 2002, and I've never gotten a call at 2 a.m. because I hire management companies. I've never unplugged a toilet at a rental property. I've never laid tile. I can't do that. That's not what I do. So when I've asked people, I'd go back and ask them, how many rental properties do you have? Oh, none. I don't own any. I just know that's how it is. So you've never actually done the things that you're giving me guidance on, but you know? I mean, how stupid is that, right? How ignorant and arrogant is somebody to actually say that? And look, everybody has an opinion, and you know what? That's fine. Everybody can have an opinion, and they can say what they want to say. And the reality is, you cannot change what happens to you. I can't change what people say to me. The only thing that I can change is how I interact, how I deal with it, and what I do moving forward. That's it. So when you have people that are talking to you and they're telling you all the things that you can't do, especially in the beginning when you have that imposter syndrome, you know what? You just got to stay focused. Do not let exterior forces and exterior people with their opinions bring you down. Look, even if they have done it, even if they have been successful in what they're doing, you listen, you're respectful, but you know what? You do what you want to do with what you think is correct. Do not let other people get in your head and tell you all the things that you can or can't do based on their own limitations, based on their own experiences. Look, you can go onto a roller coaster, right? Two people go on a roller coaster. One can get off and go, that was the best, most amazing thing that ever happened. I can't wait to get back in line and go again. The other person will say, I just shit my pants and I threw up and I got to get out of here because I'm going to be sick for a week just thinking about going on that again. Same experience, right? Two people had the same experience, two different outcomes. That's same in business, right? So be very careful taking your opinion. I have a lot of people, whenever I meet someone, I always give them a clean slate. To me, it's like everybody starts with an A and they fail themselves. I've had people say before, like, oh, that guy's an asshole. Don't talk to him, this or that. I talked to the guy, we have a great experience. So I'm like, was he an asshole or were you an asshole? I mean, at the end of the day, I've had many people that I've talked and met with, and I've gone in with preconceived thoughts of them because people told me, oh, that guy doesn't like to talk about this. Be careful with this, be careful with that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go in and I'm going to be authentic and I'm going to be who I am. If we don't get along, I'm okay with that. I am okay not getting along with someone if that's the case. But most of the time, if you're authentic and you are who you are and you are respectful, if the person says, hey, do me a favor, I don't like to talk politics, and you go on and start talking politics, well, that's inconsiderate and that's rude. If you go the other way and say, hey, you know what? I don't like politics. Okay, fine. I respect that. I won't talk politics or X, Y, or Z. Many times I've learned people will go off on a tangent based on their thoughts, their emotions, their own insecurities or inhibitions. And it really has nothing to do with you. You're just the person that they want to vent. And sometimes you're the person that they want to tear down because it's easier to tear someone down and rip apart their dreams than to build you up, help promote your dreams, because then they've got to look at themselves. And when they got to look at themselves, that's when they got to go, you know what? Shit. Maybe I need to be better. Maybe I need to get up and start working out. Maybe I need to start thinking about my financial future. Maybe. And all of a sudden, they got to start looking at maybe they need to change some things they're doing in their life. So again, I'm not saying that you don't share your success and your goals and your whys, but be very careful who you share them with, because the reality is not everybody wants to see you be successful. Not everybody is interested in seeing you succeed, especially in business, right? We think everybody does, especially someone that we would maybe quote unquote call them our friend. And we'd like to think that, hey, you know what? They want to see me successful. That's what they do. But unfortunately, the reality is not everybody wants that. Not everyone is excited to see you be successful. So you have to do what you do and focus on your end goal of your own business, and don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what other people say. I guarantee you are going to have imposter syndrome, right? You may not have it talking to your friends, but if you talk to bigger business people, maybe you'll have it. But then once you get comfortable with them, then you talk to bigger business people, right? Maybe speaking on stage at 20 people, you feel okay. But if it was 2,000 people, well, maybe then you'd get a little nervous. If it's 20,000 people, then you'd get a little nervous. I think having imposter syndrome is something that you have to balance. I don't think you get away from it. I don't think you can push it down and never have it. I think everyone has it. And I think that fear is powerful. And I think you want to harness that. I don't think you snuff that fire out. I think you keep it and you control it. And as you control it, you use it to your advantage. And when you get people that tell you that you can't do something, I use that as fuel, not as revenge. I use it as fuel, because I want to come back, I want to look them in the fucking eye, and I want to tell them, I did what you said I couldn't do. Just because that is not the right way to treat people. That's not how you handle people. That's not how you treat people. And you need to be more respectful of people. And if you can't do it, that's on you. Totally get it. But don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me that I can't be an airline pilot. I can't own real estate. I can't build a business. I can't be out on social media. I can't create a podcast show. Just say that you don't want to do it and it's not a priority for you. I'd rather you tell me it's not a priority for you and it's not important for you than tell me that I can't do it. So that's my message. High Stakes with Steve Rozenberg. Make sure if you like this, share it with other people. I think that's the greatest gift of social media and all these videos and everything that we do is you can share the knowledge of what I just shared with you with as many people as you want. So please make sure you give me a review, like it, share it, do whatever you got to do, and I will see you next time on High Stakes with Steve Rozenberg. Bye-bye.